Alright, I think this is the end. We're gonna take our best fragile cards. What's that gonna be? Who's gonna accompany us? I did say I wanted to see the Netcatcher, so we can take that along. Otherwise, is there anything I haven't seen before? There might be one that I just don't remember. There really might be at this point. It's just kind of random stuff. So yeah, I don't know if any of these... I don't know off the top of my head any of these I haven't seen at this point. I feel like I've seen them all. Not necessarily every single card in the game. I definitely haven't seen all these, unfortunately. Yeah, there's actually one cat card I think I haven't seen at all. There was one that I saw that mentioned pie in the name when I was just looking through the different traps that barrels can have in that one level. The one where I couldn't reach the barrel. And weirdly, there was one that had pie in the name, which, as far as I can tell, is not any of these. I guess there might be a card that I never actually got in the game. Either way, we didn't get anything... Oh, we did get a better card of one sort. There we go. That's it, though. That draw could be nice. Could make sense to do this, I guess. It's just more efficient with it, and it only reduces my maximum movement by one space, which I don't think really matters. Okay, here we go. Alright. Everything's still in weird orders now, jeez. I also didn't find any yellow jellyfish here. Like, I've been destroying everything. I don't think there's anything I could have missed anywhere, but... I should use all of these now, it's fantastic. I guess that's our boss on the right there. Of course, at this point, everything's a boss, basically. Okay, so then... I have 80, that's easy. Fantastic. You will probably be a little bit more annoying to deal with. Not necessarily. So you could order your cards yourself instead of having the game always do it. It is annoying. But oh well. More wound. One that I should have kind of used at some point, but just never did. Unless this thing does tons and tons and tons of damage, I can't possibly see myself being in danger right now. And this supposed boss is just a palette swap, so... I feel like some obligation to at least like see it attack once to see if it does anything different. Get over here. This feels kind of silly, just like running up to a boss and knocking him out in one turn. Never going to see what they actually do. Great job. Okay, well, having seen that. That's how you do a chop. In this too. Oh. It's a chum belt? Or at least like seafood belt? Whatever you say. It's not what I expect the ultimate belt to be, whatever that is. Let's see if it's actually better than anything else I already have though. Because again, I'm liking this one belt I'm having that's the most extreme belt I've seen so far, of any sort. It's highest risk versus reward. That being part of why I'm so stupidly powerful in this game. And I'm super fragile, but nothing ever hits me, so it doesn't really matter, I don't feel like. Like, SpongeBob was not wrong when he called himself an army earlier. There's an enemy somewhere, supposedly. I couldn't tell you where. Oh, it's just barrels here? I think I've seen... I want to use that on a barrel, it feels dumb. Any of these have better range? Not good enough. Oh no! I guess I could put up another shield just in case that happens again. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Wonderful. Walk away. Haha. Sandy, help me. And... hold on. Cool. Is that all? No. Oh, I do see a path downwards. Oh, there they are. There's the yellow jellyfish. Ooh, that's cheap too. That's a lot of damage and super... wow. Okay, hold up. That's actually extremely good. I guess this jellyfish, their strategy was just to hide really, really well. I don't see any bodyguards or anything this time. Trying to always be as economical as possible. Alright, well you did good, jellyfish, but unfortunately your species must be eradicated now. Because somehow it makes my hand strong. Thank you. Now then. In that case... also, is that? Yeah, that's as much as the wooden shield for a quarter of their cost now. So I can just replace the wooden shield. Okay. Are we done now? Yep. Totally annihilated. So SpongeBob's Scorched Earth policy works pretty well, in my experience. It just requires some patience, but otherwise, it's pretty darn effective. You just get all sorts of fantastic guards constantly. Alright, so this episode will definitely be a little bit long since we're coming up to the final boss here with 5 minutes to spare, but Oh wait, that's... Never mind. I forgot that was fragile. Oh well. Alright, who do we want to accompany us? Do we want the Quickster to accompany us? Not necessarily. Let's bring all of our friends this time. All of our superpower friends, in fact. Actually, I don't think I ever used this one. I think that's what we'll do. In fact, we don't need... Well, unfortunately, since Sandy doesn't have a not super version, there's no normal Sandy. So I've done normal everyone instead, but oh well. Okay. Anything else I want? Yes, of course there is. Fantastic. Oh, and what are you? 20 cards. Oh, and more life. Darn it. No. So I'm still using Slime from halfway through the game. Ah, I see again. I wish I could have this, it's just I need the extra cards. Like, this would have been really, really nice. It's just I don't want to lose the cards. Yeah, the most important thing to me is number of cards, and there are only 2 that have some number of cards, and you have the one that gives more health, the one that gives more AP, and I want the one that gives me more ability points. Oh well. Thank you, Bubble Buddy, for not really doing much of anything of actual utility to me. It's been fun. Here we go. Almost done. Off we go to the final encounter. These guys still. Oh, jeez. SpongeBob is not having it. SpongeBob wants to destroy. I mean, we have 2.5 minutes. I refuse to allow this game to have plot. I already heard about that. That's an interesting question, but... Thank you, Patrick. Patrick just leaves. Okay, first, I see some barrels, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Excuse me for a second, everyone. Ah! These are all out of order now. Anyone else have really good range? I'd like to make use of that if we could. No, darn it. Okay, hold on, guys. There we go. Nothing else over to the left here, by the way? No. Okay. Oh, so Plankton's actually there too. Huh. 200 HP. Very nice. Well, having done that... Yeah, you guys can just come up to me, it's fine. Nope. Was that a Plankton? Oh, you're just gonna... Okay. Thanks. I'm surprised these guys haven't tried to run after me. Since they have a pretty good range too. Walk slowly up to him. Yeah, I figured Plankton would be at the end or something, but here we are. Oh, look at this. That's dramatic. And also, Dirty Bubble is moving for some reason. Yeah, we'll start with finishing off Plankton. You'd think it'd be at the end, but nope. Fantastic job, Plankton. Pickles! Oh no. Okay. Doesn't seem too bad. Nope. Alright, now the real fun begins. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Take that, Plankton. Oh! Red! Why are my hands red now? Are they like soaked with the blood of Plankton? I think they have stopped Spongebob. Well, huh. Plankton was the final yellow jellyfish all along. Fantastic. I didn't actually look at how much that box for. It's probably like 50, if I had to guess. Well, okay. I guess that happened. So, let's go finish things, I guess. See, now things are kind of awkward, like, we defeated the big baddie. We're kind of done, except we still have to, like, just easily walk through and fight through the rest of the... I didn't really notice you were there. That's unfortunate. Oh no, 15 damage. What are these weaklings doing here? Like, go away. Still practically no damage from these things. It's kind of weird. But yeah, now I just kind of have to deal with the last of the dregs that happen to remain here. Unfortunately, these guys have a lot more health than would be useful for this. I think I should at least have these guys fight bosses since there happen to be bosses here. I can deal with these myself. There we go. So, it's funny to me that golden spatulas became such a recurring thing throughout the entire series. Not throughout the show itself, but through all the supplementary material. They show up all sorts of places. There's Legend of the Lost Spatula, which is ultimately about a golden spatula, I guess. There's a course about King Bottom with its golden spatulas. There's a golden spatula here. I think there's some other games with golden spatulas on them in some form or another too. Curious why that is. Why they decided to make such a big deal of that in particular in the games. It doesn't seem to be a very intuitive thing to do. I don't really see what would be that special about it. So why do we have to fight the supervillains again at the end? Like, you'd think we'd not see much more of them after we knock all of them out in one go, the one time, but no. So weird when you don't comp against Plankton last. That seems to me like the most appropriate way of doing things, but it's just not what happens. I don't want to leave myself up into this guy, so I'm just gonna wait for him to... or not. What's your deal, dude? Alright. Don't think this guy can hit me. In fact, they're through a wall. I didn't realize that part. And shot. And head back on through. Why are you taking the long way around? I mean, these guys are right to be afraid of me at this point if they are. Card. What could possibly be a better card than what I have already at this point? A trash can, of course. Thank you. I'll cherish it forever. I'd rather you come to me, honestly. Like, I can afford that kind of thing these days. Okay, you do you. Oh no, shield. And the best thing is to use a super weak attack against a shield, but if the shield's worth so little that it doesn't even make a difference. And I don't have any attacks that won't go through the shield. Also, it's interesting to me that this is a weird mix of, like, Chumbucket decor and Atlantean decor, which I know is deliberate, but, like, for instance, this thing here is usually something that you see inside the Chumbucket, I think. Anyone up for this? Something about Patrick's bad breath destroying the Dirty Bubble seems funny to me. So we can do that. Go, Patrick. Fantastic. Why is Man Ray so slow? I don't get it. And you guys have bad range, bro, don't you? Yeah. I could just run right up to them and deal with one of them right now, but I'd rather play it a little safer than that. Like, around here feels like a good idea. Ghost, the invisible thing. Fantastic. And also you're here. I could Magma Blast you, but that would feel kind of weird to do right now. Gust 15. I don't know if I can deal with him on this one turn. I think I can. Oh yeah, aside from the shield, ugh. His health already went down immediately for some reason. Fantastic. Super friends prevail. And there's a barrel left somewhere, probably. I missed. No barrels? Oh, yep, there's a barrel. I guess they just make it slightly harder for you to simply just walk up to the end. And finish that way. Nobody's walking around, so I don't think there are any actual enemies. Nope, nothing over here as far as I can tell. Yep. Interesting. For some reason I can walk up here. Okay. Weapons room. Very explosive, thank you. Okay. No real point in using that first aid. In that case, shields up. Would be very surprised if there weren't any jellyfish here. And then again, you know how this game is. Yeah, I do enjoy all the references to the show in this game. Like, there's a lot of them. Like, it's pretty thorough. There we go. No, I was about to say, is there not a conclusion? Hooray! Patrick is something more than he lets on. Probably destroy everything, like I've already been doing. Like, I destroyed all your street lights, by the way. I hope you don't miss those. See the sights and destroy them. Yeah, we also wore the bubble on our body. See the palace and you smash most of our technology to bits. Yep! Don't you doubt it. Awesome. Hello, Bubble. Who actually has, like, walking sounds. Awesome. Great. Thank you, Patrick. Oh yeah, this was basically how the episode concluded, wasn't it? I always forget that part. People line up all the time and back home to call them names with their rocks at them. It's weird to me, though, how this game treats the oldest living bubble as like a sentient thing that you just kind of destroy. It's rather unusual. Wonderful. From the imagination of. Huh. Well, that was actually surprisingly pleasant. I like that. Little bits of art. Oh, so is that what that is? Or was that the original idea? I noticed that whenever you attack Crabbot, you see something come out the back, but I don't think it was plankton. But then again, it can also fire plankton at you, or some kind of plankton, if not the plankton. I'm not sure. I like seeing the art here. That's kind of cool. The art in this game is mostly nice. Some of it feels a bit off, but I enjoyed it for the most part. This one is surprisingly nice. I went on a bit long. It can go a bit slow at times. Hey, you can see on the left there, that's actual plankton. I had a feeling it was actual plankton that was on that thing in the original concept. Since you'd see in the top right corner of the screen, there was actually plankton riding the patty. Of course, more references to the show. All sorts of references to the show. I enjoy how thorough this is. I actually couldn't name a single game, I don't think, that has as many references to the show as this one. Like, not even Battle for King Bottom, I don't think. Especially not compared to the actual total amount of content in the game. In the end, how fun is it to play? It's a little... Maybe it's my own fault for, like, trying to harvest everything, but it went a little slow and it got a little mundane. But... the actual... it was still pretty polished. And there's a reason to go do stuff, other than just, like, completing the game as quickly as possible. There's some completion to have. Right. It kind of accommodates certain strategies somehow. Which I appreciate as well. It does have some weird details, like Rain Man, if you say so. I don't know why this why is this the ultimate belt? Or at least last one. This is not strictly speaking the best necessarily, but it is the last one you get, so I think it's in some sense really good at least. Oh yeah, we did have it cost more. That's funny. But also it blocks a stupid amount. It's actually better than the Iron Shield. Interesting. I don't know what the idea is behind this red sponge, but okay, thank you. I don't know if you can keep getting more of the yellow sponges by going after those yellow jellyfish again. I don't know if they respawn or not. There are some like little details, like little things that little bits of thought they put into the game, like here you can get this like special line of cards if you keep destroying all these yellow jellyfish, which is very useful. Felt broken. Like this game I guess is a bit on the easy side, which is appropriate given its target audience. But I felt just so almost comically powerful throughout this whole thing. Granted, I did enjoy the writing as well, and just visually the game is polished. The music is perfectly fine. I enjoyed some of the music, some more than others. The card art is a little silly. I know they had to make a lot of art. Some of it's just stuff from the show, some of it is just stock images, some of it is like modified stock images. Some of them are relatively original and look a little weird for it, I think. Like this. You can kind of tell what they made and what they didn't make, which is a little awkward. The art is not all the way there, but it's mostly good enough, I guess is what I'd call it. I do like that you have like so many different other characters involved too with these fragile cards. Almost every single thing you see here is just some little reference to the show. All the references to like Super Alliance or Super Friends or whatever it was called, I also enjoy that. It makes sense for a game like this, even though you didn't really actually do that. Well, it made more sense if you actually got all your friends along and did that, but you don't. It's just... no one ever acknowledges the Super Alliance in the game. It's strange. So I'm not sure what happened with the graveyard here. That was a little strange, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the writing, especially with the Bubble Buddy. Patrick in particular was written very nicely. I found that a lot of fun and amused me greatly. The one bug with the sound effects on the bus, if you drive around and then start a level, that does annoy me a lot. Or was you go into the menu afterwards, that does bug me. Because that's such an easy bug to trigger, but oh well. In the end, this is surprisingly nice. It was pretty solid. Balancing was generally good, I think. Just in the easy direction, which I don't think there's any real problem with. Things look nice. Yeah, silly stuff like you can tell how the images were edited and whatnot. Funny. It's noticeably a licensed game, noticeably like a PC licensed game. You don't expect much from it, but it gives you more than you might expect regardless. I guess that's the right thing to call it. I tend to call games like this just kind of harmless, but this one's more than harmless. This one was actually fun to some degree. A little drawn out sometimes, but it had a lot of charm beyond the actual gameplay itself as well. I appreciate that. it put a lot more into actually representing the show than I think any other piece of media I've seen, which is fantastic. So, that's nice. It's always nice to be able to say, hey, this was a nice thing. Especially since we're at like the very end of the list of things like this we're going to play. In fact, I think this might be the last Nick Arcade game. Let me check real quick. I think this is the last Nick Arcade game I have for Spongebob specifically. I might have some small number of other Nick Arcade things to play, I think. But nothing else that's Spongebob, I don't think. I did Krabby Quest, right? What was Krabby Quest? Oh, that thing. Yes. That was the 3D block puzzle game. I just did SquareOff, that's this one, and Truth or Square. Yeah, that's all of them, I think. So, I do in fact have more to play from this collection of Nick Arcade games, but this is all the SpongeBob stuff, I think. So, I have, I think, precisely one more SpongeBob thing to play at all. Because there was one console game I guess I kind of forgot. At least of the ones that are available to me. I know new ones still get made every now and then, but I don't have new systems or anything. So that's not always possible. But we're kind of at the end of this era of the channel, but not there yet. We'll finish soon. But thank you for joining me in this, because this was fun. It's always nice to finish things on a high note and with a pleasant surprise like this one. Bye, everyone.